Hello Internet, Rumbutt here, and man, we're really getting into it now. It's almost the end. Let's go. Hold on. Yep. I remembered! And now, I remembered to burn the undead bone shard, and now we are at max Estus level. We don't have our last Estus flask charge yet. We still have one more Estus shard to get, but we now have plus 10 Estus flasks. So, we're gonna head back to the Grand Archives. Let's finish them off. Alright, so here we are at the Grand Archives. We are going to take the shortcut elevator that we opened last episode back up to the top. Send it back down. Now, before we continue out there, we're going to go back and grab a couple of things that are left at the very top of the Grand Archives. So, coming out here, oh, also, we can look up and we can see some interesting things. We can see that cage up there. You can see that, looks like a man grub on the rafters, right? And we can see some of these guys over here. Oh yeah, and there's a Lothric Knight over there. So we're going to be dealing with this. Come on down. Ow. Already doing great. Where is he? Ah! Yeah. Off to a great start. As always, sometimes it takes a little time to get warmed up in the morning. And that's, well, that certainly demonstrates that right there. Okay, I'm going to try to be super quiet. Hopefully, I can sneak up behind this Greatsword Knight. Now, like all Lothric Knights in the Grand Archives, this guy is going to use Crystal Magic Weapon instead of Blessed Weapon. So, got it? Come on. Good night. Yeah, they're not too hard. Get a large Titanite shard and an Estus flask back from him. Thank you very much. Grab a couple of Titanite chunks over here on this balcony. Oh yeah, so this is the spot that we could have actually dropped down here. That's cool. I didn't even realize that. So this is an alternate path you could have used. You could have come across the roof up here and dropped down here instead of over there going through the window. So yeah, didn't realize that was a thing that you could do. That's cool. See, I know most of the stuff here, and I'm still learning things because it's really cool. The Grand Archives is another one of those really awesome levels, like Cathedral of the Deep, that just has so many shortcuts and hidden paths and all sorts of cool stuff. Anyway, now we're gonna progress forward out the door up here that the shortcut brings us to. But before we go that way across the bridge, we're gonna go up these stairs to the top of the Grand Archives. And, yeah. If we look at the very top, up there, top of that tower, we're going to see something very interesting. So those are winged knights, except those winged knights actually have wings. Which, you know, is pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting. Now, we're not going to rush headlong up there. Instead, we're going to be smart about it. We're going to come around the side here, come up these stairs here, continue coming around the side where they can't see us. We're going to come out here, because out here, overlooking what I assume is west. I mean, I feel like that sun there, if you can even call it that anymore, must be setting, right? We get the last Estus shard. We now have all the Estus shards. We haven't, obviously haven't put it in our Estus flask yet, but once we do, we will have 15 plus 10 Estus flasks that we can distribute. So, now that we've done that, we're about to go into a fucking real fight here. This is gonna be pretty intense. Because, yeah, winged knights are no joke. And these ones even less so. Shit. Didn't dodge enough. Damn. Damn. Well, we'll be coming back in a moment to deal with these guys. Yep, they're pretty tough. So I'm not sure if these are like actually winged knights or if they're the angels that the winged knights worship. They could be either. They could be like the highest ranking winged knights, or they could be the angels that the winged knights worship and emulate with their armor. I'm not quite certain which they are. So I'm gonna come around on this side. Yeah, we'll grab this staircase up. It should be the best one, I think. Or maybe this one. Yeah, this one. Always want to come around from the back. Alright. They're going to drop down again. Come on down. Too late. Divine Pillars of Light. Get out of the range of that. They like their delays. Yeah, these Ascended Winged Knights or Angels are pretty tough. And dealing with 3 of them at once is not recommended. And I should have dealt with the Twin Axes one first because it patrols. But whatever. Got that one. Okay, Twin Axis 1. Divine Pillars of Light. Fuck! 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 Bad heal. And I die. And they do respawn. Okay, next time we're going to deal with the Twin Axis 1. I'm just going to go ahead and say that these are the angels. I'll meet you back up there. We'll draw down the Twin Axis 1 and take them out first. Okay. Gonna draw them down. And then run away like a huge coward. Yeah, this one patrols. Oh, shit. Okay. Alright, this is not good. Take him down. One and done. Divine Pillars of Light, watch out. One down. Dropped a large Titanite shard. Still got deep protection up. Number 2, please come on down. Oh shit, deep protection dropped. Goddamn. That does make a significant drop in damage. Damn it. Alright, 2 down. Throw up deep protection. Get an Estus Flask back. Another large Titanite shard. Let's try to sneak up on this one. Get in a quick backstab first. Backstab done. Divine Pillars of Light, fuck, fuck, fuck. And got him. And for killing all 3 of them the first time you kill all 3 of them together, you will get a Titanite slab. Guaranteed. So that's another Titanite slab. They really like to throw those down. Now here's a little droppy do, but we're not going to do that yet because we have some things to look at. Let's see. This is here. Need to find, yeah, okay, here's the staircase up. Now you can also use this staircase up to kind of cheese them and like do plunging attacks on them over and over, which is definitely a strategy to use. You can do plunging attacks from here. This is kind of where they were. This is nothing! Kind of oddly enough, it's nothing. But if we climb up here, we can acquire the Hunter's Ring. The last of the 4 rings of Lothric. We already got the Priestess's Ring, which increases your faith by 5. The Knight's Ring, which increases your strength by 5. And the Scholar's Ring, which increases your intelligence by 5. Those are the 3 rings of the pillars. And then, of course, the Hunter's Ring is the Assassin's Ring that increases your dexterity by 5. So, it's pretty cool. Anyway, we're going to drop down here, and then drop down here. And we're now on top of that cage that we saw earlier. Right? And if we drop in here, we find a bunch of feathers surrounding this corpse. And on the corpse we get Divine Pillars of Light, which is that miracle that the Winged Knights and those angels use. So anyway, now we are going to drop down, and we're going to come over here, grab this item on the rafters. We are getting shot at. We get a Blessed Gem over here. Yeah, we're getting shot at by that man grub there. So we need to drop down here. And kill the man grub. Doesn't drop anything. Kind of interesting that there's a man grub here. Man grub priest. Since those douchebags are usually with the Cathedral of the Deep. So now we're going to explore these rafters here. I don't remember if there is anything to these. It is actually rather like the Cathedral of the Deep, where you get the secret rafters. But yeah, not really anything here. So we're gonna go back to that ladder, right? That leads up here. So we're gonna take this ladder down. I'm gonna cast Deep Protection again, just to be safe. We're gonna take this ladder down. Deep Protection is really useful. It's really useful. And now a Mimic. Here we get a Divine Blessing. And here we get some Twinkling Titanite, which is pretty cool. And let's see, what... Oh! So you can totally take the ladder up to the rafters. Hold on. Okay, this is interesting. Okay, alright, so that's the way back, basically, over there. Right, because this is what leads back outside. Yep. But I've got a lot of souls, so I am going to head back to the shrine. Okay, here we are back at Firelink. We're gonna level up real quick.
Welcome home, Ashen One. Speak thine heart's desire. Very well. Then touch the darkness within me. Take nourishment from these sovereignless souls.
Alright, let's see. What do I want to level up now? I'm gonna level up Dex and Faith evenly, I think, for the time being. And, yeah.
Farewell, Ashen One. Mayst thou thy peace discover.
Alright. Let's go buy some dork magic from Carla, shall we? Since we have the souls for it.
Ah, hello again. Thank goodness. One can become quite attached, even to a bumbling apprentice. Oh, I'm hardly serious.
Oh, Carla. Let's see. So we can get, let's go ahead and get the most expensive one again, which is going to be Firestorm.
Don't stir up any trouble. You're my apprentice. Don't forget.
I'll do my best not to, Carla. No promises, though. And now...
Ah, well met, Ashen One. How may I be of service?
Actually, hold on.
Ashen One.
I have 5 chunks, which should be enough to upgrade the Arbalist. Yes. Ooh, yeah, and refined gems. Okay, yeah.
Ah, well met. 'Tis good to see ye in good health. What needs smithing this day?
Well, the first thing that needs smithing is my Estus flask. We now have max Estus, as you can tell by doing this. It says, cannot reinforce further. It doesn't say I don't have a shard, it says, even if I had a shard, I couldn't do anything with it. Alright, so now... could reinforce my shield, but I'm going to reinforce... Ooh. I'm going to reinforce the Arbalist. Get a +8 Arbalist. And then reinforce the Avalon to +5. And now... let's see. Infusions. I've got refined gems now, so I can infuse weapons. Let's see. Oh, damn, that's a lot of dex for the twin katanas. That's pretty intense. Okay, let's see. So, refined would reduce it by 10, increase it by 10, so it's net nothing. How about the heavy battle axe? Refined would reduce the base damage by 12 and increase and by 13, so it's a +1. So yeah, I'll refine the battle axe real quick. Refined battle axe. Heavy is still the best for the drying hammers as of yet. Yep. And we got 1,600 souls, so we can throw a slab on the battle axe to get it up to +10. But since we don't use it, I don't really feel like doing that. We have a shit ton of twinkling that we could use to reinforce some items that use twinkling. Yeah, but I think we're good for now.
Prithee, be careful. I don't want to see my work squandered.
Alright. And then the rest of these are going to go to crossbow bolts.
Ah, well met, Ashen One. How may I be of service?
I'm going to go ahead and flip from using standard bolts to heavy bolts, so I'm going to be buying heavy bolts from now on and letting my standard supply run low.
Ashen One, be sure to bring more souls.
Because we're getting a shit ton of souls now, so we can totally do that. Alright, let's head back to the Grand Archives. Alright, swap the silver cap for the Farron ring. Now we're finally going to head across that bridge. So, let's see. Yeah, gonna swap this for the Morian blade. Because we're gonna be facing some knights. Yeah, Hornet Ring's good. Okay. So yeah, this bridge is the real deal. We're gonna be facing a bunch of Lothric soldiers. They're smarter than your average Lothric soldier, though. Use that medium heal to keep ourselves healed up properly. Shieldless ones have slightly less defense. Crossbowmen are what you want to take care of. There's some spearmen and a Lothric knight. Sword Knight, Knight Captain, as it were. I'm gonna let this Knight Captain come up. We're gonna heal while he buffs. Back up so the Spearman can't back him up. And he's gonna immediately kill us. Yeah, these knights are nothing to be taken lightly. Actually, for Mr. Knight number 1, I'm gonna put the target shield on. We'll keep the Parma for a while, and then once we approach Knight number 1, we'll throw the target shield on. Our crossbow's loaded, all good. Grab these souls. Take out the crossbowman first. Two crossbowmen over here. They will try to run. We're going to back off real quick and equip the target shield. All right. Shit! Forgot I had the target shield equipped. Okay. Now, as long as we don't progress too far, the Knight's reinforcements are not going to come. That Hornet Ring hype! I thought I had the Hornet Ring on, but apparently it's not quite working as advertised. Whatever. Okay, now let me double check and see what we're up against next. 2 Spear Knights, so we're gonna swap back to the Parma. Alright, let's see if we can sniper bolt one of them down. Alright, he's got his shield up. Good. There we go. Alright, time to sniper bolt. Crossbow Knight number 2 if we can. Or, Spear Knight number 2 if we can. Can we make it? Doesn't look like it. Well, this can be fun. We don't want Greatsword Knight coming in. Shit! We need to back off. Because we can't face spear and crossbow at the same time. Get him! Kill them. Or spear and nailed it. Yeah, they like to drop large Titanite shards. So yeah. Are there any more Royal Guard soldiers? You'll notice the soldiers here, their armor is far less fucked up, and they have like blue scarves indicating that they're high ranking and whatnot. Yeah, the soldiers here were the elite. The elite of the elite. Alright. So, here we are. But, before we continue on, I'm going to come over here. Is there any... No, there's no items over here. Are there any items over here? Nope. Okay. And then you'll notice over here, it's an elevator. I wonder where this elevator goes. This elevator that is right across the bridge that was right above the other bridge. Oh shit. Yeah, this is the elevator that we saw before the Grand Archives, but if you'll remember, there was a car here already before we brought this car down, so... And now that we've activated the elevator, if we take this car down from the bottom to the very bottom, we'll find another Titanite slab. They really throw them at you in this game. Let me check something. Yeah, that lever is completely useless. Alright. So now we're going to head out here. Right? So yeah, this is right before the Dragon Slayer armor boss fight, before the first bridge. You can see the second bridge up there, leading to the top of the tower there, and then this is the elevator here. Right? All makes perfect sense geographically. Now... this is an elevator down to the castle, to the Lothar Castle bonfire, right? And you might be tempted to use that. Like I was the first time. Use both elevators to get up. But why would you do that when the fucking Dragon Slayer armor bonfire is right over here? Oh, look, since the area's been reloaded, the bridge got repaired. Man, those workers, these workers in Lothric, they're really quick on the repairs, aren't they? Anyway, yeah, we're going to use the Dragon Slayer armor bonfire. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to switch back to my Black Blade, and I'm going to go back and spend some souls, and then we will go and check out what's behind the fancy door. Alright, so using this, I'm going to go ahead and buy some more dork magic. Hey, Carla.
Ah, hello again. Thank you.
Alright, so now, we've got a bunch of souls, so we're going to grab good old Fire Whip, Dark Edge, and Rapport.
Don't stir up any trouble. You're my apprentice. Don't forget.
Alright, and now we're gonna go and see what's behind the fancy door. But before we do that, I'm going to swap over to my I'm going to swap over to Steel Pro. And we're going to head back. Cross the short bridge. Over to the elevator we just opened up. Take the elevator up. Send the elevator down. Wait for the knights to pass. And now we're going to come out, and we're actually going to take a look at the statues and whatnot. Right? Should have done that before when all the enemies were dead, but whatever. Okay, those are interesting looking. Please don't notice me, knights. We look over here. We got those Gargoyle King statues, and then we have scholars. Yeah, lots of scholars. We have the king statue. Those look to be some broken statues over there. That's interesting. That's very interesting. More broken statues. Are these all scholars, or are these statues of royalty that have mostly been broken? It's very interesting. Those are all scholars. And then if we look at the door, the three pillars of the kingdom are supposed to be the scholars, the knights, and the priestess. And if we take our binoculars and take a look at the door, we can see that we've got scholars here, knights, and priestesses. The three pillars of the kingdom of Lothric depicted on the door. I think that's a really nice touch. It's pretty cool. Got the beheaded knight statues here. Alright. And actually, instead of the Farron ring... I could put on the speckled stone plate, which will increase my resistances even more. I think that's probably a better idea. Of course, lingering dragon crest might also be a good idea. So yeah. This doesn't look like it's gonna end poorly at all.
Oh dear. Another dogged contender. Welcome, unkindled one, purloiner of cinders. Mind you, the mantle of Lord interests me none. The fire-linking curse, the legacy of lords, let it all fade into nothing. You've done quite enough. Now have your rest.
Well. That heal. Yeah, so this boss teleports. That was lucky. That was a bad idea. Shouldn't have run out of stamina there. You gotta be careful about the timing of your dodges. Bad attack. That'll pretty much one-shot you if you get hit by it, but it's a good opportunity to heal. At least in the first phase.
Dear brother, I'm on my way. My brother, unyielding sword of Lothric's prince. Rise if you would, for that is our curse.
Alright, second phase, let's see how well I do here. Oh shit. Shouldn't have gone for the back. Three Estus left. That was lucky. Alright, now you burn Prince Lothric down as much as you can. I'm really surprised I first tried that. Yeah, so the Twin Princes, the deal with them, and you didn't actually, well, actually no, you totally got to see it, is that Lothric will continually resurrect his brother, although the first time is the only time that he will, resurrect him to full health when they first enter Phase 2. After that, he only resurrects Lorien to half health. I mean, yeah. So, generally speaking, it's kind of hard to hit Lothric. Lothric's who you need to kill to win the boss fight. it's kind of hard to hit Lothric while Lorien is up. So as soon as you get Lorien down, it's advisable to go in and just go super hard on Lothric. However, when he finishes his resurrection, it will do an AoE Wrath of the Gods type thing, which is why I backed off. Because if that hits you, you're gonna have a bad time. Anyway, we've now defeated our 4th Lord of Cinder. But before we place Lothric's cinders, I want to take care of a few errands. So we're going to be dealing with all of that in the next episode. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Later, Internet.